Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X. Last time we made it all the way here and we killed Seymour. Yeah, that's, I guess, other than Sin, that's our only real villain we've seen so far. Other than, you know, the odd Al-Bhed here and there. There hasn't really been a lot of human or, you know, sentient, for lack of a better term, resistance been put against us. Mostly it's just been, you know, the odd Al-Bhed attack and, yeah, Sin. Anyway, since last time I did figure out what I wanted to do with Lulu's thing here. If I can find it. There we are. So I am going to use one of those black magic spheres to put magic plus 10 on here. And then I could save up and wait a couple areas to get magic plus 5, but I would rather have sensor on myself because right now, you know, I have sensor on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, but that's going to change by the time we get there. And I would just rather have it set up this way. It's not a huge deal one way or the other, but it'll give her some more magic stat, so that's good. I don't think there's any other customization we need to do for now, so let's move on. Yeah, let's get on out of here. Whoa! Hey!
Give me a break!
The floor is disappearing. Now, if I had that kind of athleticism, I would probably be some famous sports athlete guy too. But I'm not. Instead, I'm going to sit here and play as a character who can do that because there's no way in hell I can actually do that. Alright, first things first. We don't really need to do this. Like, for some reason, like, when I look at the walkthroughs for this, they say to put this in here, but I don't think you need to. Not to my knowledge, anyway. So we push it right, we push it down this way. It'll hit that. It doesn't matter if that's there or not, that big icicle thing. And it pushes it all the way down here. And from there, we're going to head down this way. We are going to... Okay, can I grab that, please? Okay, there we go. And I believe you want to put it in this one. Now, if you had looked up above, you could have seen kind of a glow or the image of a glyph there. That's what's telling you that you're supposed to do that. So, anyway, there's that. And that will open up a new Macalania sphere. There's only 3 types of spheres, and mostly it's just the Macalania spheres here. This one, not really my favorite. I've struggled with this one more than with pretty much all of the other ones, save for the other one. Yeah, well, I struggled with the other one a lot too, but as soon as you get a guide, the other one's really easy. This one's really easy with a guide too, but there's still, like, if you make the slightest mistake with this one, you end up having to go backwards. So what that does is it'll wedge it in here. I don't think we can take this sphere out now. So that'll do that, and that puts one of the platforms in place above us. So we do have to go back down there. We want to remove this. Now, what this one did is it put the ice, the big stalagmite of ice that was here in the first place that we pushed the pedestal into, so that it would, so that we could push it down here. Otherwise, it would have just fallen right off the edge. So now that we've got this one, we want to put that one in here. Getting out of here was never, you know, the super difficult part of this one. It was trying to remember the order of which things you had to put in which pedestals at what time twice in a row, because you really have to do this the entirety of this twice. And if you've been following kind of the order I've been doing it, we've now unlocked the middle thing. We've previously unlocked the 2 sides, and the puzzle is quote-unquote complete. But not so much, because we have a new glyph thingy here that's showing an arrow that way. So we need to do something about that. We need to step on this, which brings the pedestal up here, and do make sure that you take the sphere out first, then push it down. what that does is it warps it into the stalagmite of ice there and gets us the destruction sphere. And now what we want to do is we want to push that over here, I think. Yeah, as you can see, that puts the ice back there. And then we want to take this one. Yeah, we basically have to do the puzzle twice, which is kind of annoying. It's definitely annoying the first few times you play this game, because I struggled here a lot when I first played this the first couple of times. But now it's not so bad, especially if you just watched a video right before trying to record. It's actually a faster process to watch the video than to try and read the written instructions on any of the walkthroughs for some reason or another. I don't know if it's just difficult to describe which thing you're trying to go to in a written form. I've never tried to write a guide for this, but it's usually easier to just watch, you know, a short video of, you know, 5 minutes someone takes to go through here and do all this. So now that we got the destruction sphere down here, we want to put it in this one. And this nets us the treasure for the dungeon. Game, can I move? Thank you. Alright, and this one contains a luck sphere, which is not particularly necessary or valuable at the moment, but it will become post-game. Saves us, you know, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes? Something like that. 2 or 3 tedious minutes, mind you, but 2 or 3 minutes nonetheless. And we push that back over here. There we go. Back up here. Grab this one. It'd be funny if Titus ever lost his footing because half of the thing he was just standing on disappeared on him. And put this one back in here. And that's the extent of it. It really isn't so bad, you know, if you have the directions, you know, right there in front of you. But if not, now, be careful. Do not stand on that pedestal, because that'll undo all your work and you'll have to do it all over again for a 3rd time. I've done that before. It's not fun. Now, before you go this far into the Cloister of Trials, before you go in at all, make sure you have like a backup save, or you've made sure you've gotten all the treasure that there is, because as soon as you come out, you don't have access to any of those treasures anymore.
Give us a chance to explain.
No need. I already know what I'll tell the other maesters.
Meaning?
Lord Seymour was the leader of the Guado before becoming a maester.
You're not letting us go.
Let you go? Lord Seymour would never forgive us if we did.
Wait! Wait! Disco's sphere! We can show it to them!
You mean this?
Hey!
Oh!
The Guado take care of Guado affairs.
Another callback to not letting things change.
Run!
Run! Alright, now, there is something that shows up right here, and that is a Waka.
You've really done it now. Want to buy something just in case?
Sure. He's still on the expensive mode, so we're not going to buy anything. But at least, doesn't matter what's going on. He's always trying to do exactly what he needs to do to make money. So, I can't fault him for that. Now, there's nobody here around. No one's going to do anything about it yet, but I would recommend hitting the save point if you can. Just so that you have the option, should you need it later. Because as soon as you hit a certain point, watch. A Waka disappears in the save sphere and it's gone. And they do chase you, and if they catch you, you're forced into a battle. You don't want to be forced into too many battles against these guys because it takes way too long. And it's the same enemies you've been fighting for the entirety of this area anyway. There's no random battles, so they're all, as soon as they get within so many pixels of you, they show up, they summon a couple of guys, and you have to fight them. Now, yeah, you can stop them from using auto potion, or if you do enough damage, you can just one-shot them. That works too. You can keep trying to steal their high potions if you want, but I've already got like 50 high potions, so I'm not particularly worried about it. So we're gonna use you to kill that. Wow. What are you weak? No. Okay. Stop. Thank you. So I need to give you lightning or ice strike. Bring in you. Bring in Orin. Orin can do something. So I want you on one of those weapons. So let's give you ice strike. Distractions! And bring in Unit to do something. Basically, the enemies are just like they were before. And then you, I want to give you an ice strike. Or we'll give you a lightning strike since it's got the extra damage there. Yeah, you are weak to that too. And who else hasn't done anything? Lulu hasn't done anything. Now you'll notice that her weapon is now no longer a Moogle doll. It is now a Cactar. It's a Cactar most of the game when I play it. I'm surprised it's taken this long for it to become a Cactar. But yeah, it'll become a different... No overkill. I'm surprised. I'm trying to get Kamari his overdrive back, by the way. That's why I'm doing things the way I am. But yeah, I just tend to customize her stuff to give her that just happens to be Cactar based all the time. Now, you should be holding over to the right. I wasn't there, but you'll want to hold over to the right. Oh, just barely made it. They'll force you into a whole bunch of battles. Now, I remembered them chasing me through here, but I don't think they do anymore. Now, we haven't, there is a new enemy in this particular area, and that's the eyeball dude. We haven't seen him before. Thank you for getting rid of my, my confusion. That's helpful. So let's get a kill on you. Don't put Kamari to sleep. Cactar doll attacking Kamari. Yeah, we can have you almost finish that off. Go. Sub in everyone just to get some quick experience. I am going to use Titus to finish it off just so that I get the one more kill to fill up his overdrive in case I want to use it for something. The one downside to having the Slayer overdrive mode on is that whenever you want to fill it up in a battle where you need it, you can't. So it's best to make sure you fill it up ahead of time all the time. Yeah. Not particularly worried about the lack of overkill there. Okay. Make sure we'll heal real quick. I'll cut the remaining battles going through here out since they're all the same now. But yeah, I thought they followed you, but I guess they don't now. Lulu does almost 3,000 damage to those flans now with a fire spell, so that's awesome. And there'll be one more battle here and then I'll hit the save point. Okay, all saved up and ready to go. You can rarely steal Hypello potions from those armored guys, if I haven't mentioned so before. But yeah, they are chasing you even though they don't do it on screen. I swear they used to when I played it on PS2. I swear. But anyway, they either get really lucky and a random abominable snowman shows up to help them, or this was some kind of defense mechanism. First things first. If you kill these guys, they will counter on death by inflicting status effects against the Wendigo, protect and shell against the Wendigo. Now, there are two ways to get rid of it. One, you can summon Ixion and use Aerospark, its special ability, because it dispels magical effects. The other thing that they'll do is they'll inflict Berserk on the Wendigo, doing a lot of frickin' damage. It ups his damage by like 30 or 40%. It's really, really bad. However, if we went back and we were smart enough to pick up petrify grenades earlier in the game, main guy's immune to it, but no buffs, no berserk, no nothing. Next thing we want is haste, because we want Riku to do something else now. Because, yes, they weren't very bright. They give you sleeping powder in the area where the boss is not immune to sleep. Yeah, I just kind of nuked this boss. He has high potions, not that it matters. He is susceptible to all of the different breaks, which is, they called it just, all the different breaks in the previous game, or in the original version, but now that we have access to an ability called Full Break, they just grouped all of the breaks. Anytime all 4 breaks are activated at once, they call it Full Break, which is what Banishing Blade does. If we do it right. Go. That's the triangle button, by the way, the upper one on your controller there. And once we do that, we'll be able to inflict all breaks on him. And yeah, power, magic, armor, and mental. All of which, well, mainly power and armor break, but anyway. So we did that. Bring in Kamari. Kamari's not going to do anything. Titus for Lulu. We can have Lulu throw a spell out. Yeah, the way this fight ends up working out is you do a lot of use. Like, you can use, if you can't put them to sleep because you don't have enough of those, you can also use smoke bombs to inflict darkness on him. He does have some attacks that go through darkness if you're worried, but for the most part, he shouldn't really hit you. So bring in Yuna for a quick sec. But yeah, he's still stuck in his permanent sleep run there, so we're just going to guard for now. He will eventually wear out of that. I think it's 3 turns. But before he does that, we're going to bring in Titus, and we're going to have him cast Haste on himself, and he'll cheer up some people here. We'll bring in Kamari. I think he does more damage right now anyway. And then we'll just guard for now and have you cheer. Once this next turn comes up, he'll wake up, and then I'll be able to put him back to sleep once he wakes up, because he'll wake up but he won't get a turn. Or maybe he won't wake up. That works too. Once I get a few more cheers I believe the amount for overkill on all of the enemies around here in this fight is 1,400 or 1,500, somewhere in and around that area. It's a really specific number, which it usually isn't, or at least according to the guide I was looking at a moment ago. Is that 4? Got 1 more. Not that you really need it, just gonna make things go a little easier. We're just gonna guard through that. There we go. Now he's awake. And that was critical. And I'm not even gonna use you or you. I'm gonna have Titus finish things off. But you could bring in Yuna if you want to do that. Basically, that's what I would do, is I would attack a couple of times, throw sleeping powder if you want to, inflict darkness on him to make things a little easier. But just before he gets his turn, make sure you're going to be protected against whatever else he's going to do. Actually, I can kill him with a normal attack. I don't even need my overdrive. There we go. The boss did not hit me. No parts of the boss hit me. Strategy, right? Oh, maybe not. I spoke too soon. I guess we're gonna have to fight him again. Sense my sarcasm. No, we have plot device teleportation. We got a No, it'll only be counterattack. Never mind. That could have been really, really good, but it won't be because I don't think he can drop evade and counter. But he can drop weapons with counterattack on them, which
Praise be to Yevon. That's what I would have said if I was a follower of Yevon.
Again,
we were all there and in one piece, even if I had a headache from wondering what was in store for us next.
It continues to indicate that he is different from everyone else. But that's pretty much all the time we have for today. Yesterday's episode was a little on the long side, so we'll cut her off right here, around 20 minutes. But yeah, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.